In this video, we're going to explain everything you need to know to travel to northern Italy. The most complete video you'll watch today about this destination, covering Milan, Venice, Lake Como, Verona, and the best tips. So let's get started. Northern Italy is an incredibly rich and diverse region. It's where you'll find the capital of fashion and business, Milan. You'll find the most romantic and unique city in the world, Venice. And you'll find breathtaking natural landscapes like the Alpine lakes and the Dolomite Mountains. It's a trip that perfectly blends urban sophistication with natural beauty. Let's start with the main attractions, the cities and regions you can't miss. The gateway to northern Italy is Milan. It's the fashion capital and the country's financial center. The #1 attraction is the Duomo of Milan, the Gothic cathedral. It's one of the most spectacular churches in the world. Entry to the cathedral itself costs about €8. But the unmissable experience is to buy the full pass, which costs about €25, to go up on the rooftops. You literally walk on the roof of the cathedral, among the statues and spires. It's incredible. To get there, take the metro, red or yellow line, and get off at the Duomo station. Next to the cathedral is the Galleria Vittorio Emanuele II. It's the world's oldest and most luxurious shopping mall, with mosaic floors and a glass ceiling. Entry is free. Inside are the flagship stores of Prada, Gucci, and Louis Vuitton. Don't forget to find the bull mosaic on the floor and spin your heel on it for good luck. The third major attraction in Milan is one of the most famous works of art in history, The Last Supper, by Leonardo da Vinci. It's not in a museum. It's on the wall of a convent's dining hall, next to the Santa Maria delle Grazie Church. And here is the most important tip. You must buy this ticket online months in advance. Tickets are extremely limited and sell out very fast. The official ticket costs €15, but it's almost impossible to get. From Milan, our second stop is Venice, the city built on water. It's a destination unlike any other in the world. The best way to get there from Milan is by high-speed train, a 2.5-hour journey. The main attraction in Venice is the city itself. Just get lost in the alleys and canals. The heart of the city is Piazza San Marco, or St. Mark's Square. This is where St. Mark's Basilica is located. Entry is free, but we recommend paying the €3 skip-the-line ticket online to avoid losing hours in line. Next to it is the Doge's Palace, the former seat of the Venetian government. The ticket costs €30 and gives you access to the luxurious rooms and the famous Bridge of Sighs. And of course, the gondola ride. Is it a cliché? Yes. Is it romantic? Very. Is it expensive? Absolutely. The official price is €80 for a 30-minute ride during the day and €100 at night. This price is per gondola, which holds up to 5 people. If you're a couple, you'll pay the €80. Don't forget to also cross the Rialto Bridge, which is the oldest bridge over the Grand Canal, and visit the Rialto Market. Our third stop, near Milan, is Lake Como. It's a lake shaped like an inverted Y, surrounded by the Alps. It's a haven of luxury and natural beauty. The best way to get there is to take a regional train from Milan to the town of Como, which takes 40 minutes. The main attraction isn't the town of Como itself, but the villages around the lake. You need to take a ferry boat to visit Bellagio, known as the Pearl of the Lake. It's a beautiful little town, full of flowers and chic shops. And also visit Verona, which is a super charming fishing village on the other side of the lake. A one-day ferry pass for unlimited travel costs, about €26. In the town of Como, a great attraction is the Como Brunate funicular. It's a small train that goes up the mountain to the village of Brunate, and from the top, you have a spectacular view of the entire lake and the Swiss Alps. The ride costs about €6, round trip. Finally, between Venice and Milan is the city of Verona. This is the city of Romeo and Juliet. The main attraction is the Verona Arena, a very well-preserved Roman Colosseum, located in the main square. You can visit inside. The ticket costs €10, and in the summer they hold famous operas there. It's magical, and of course you can visit Juliet's house. It's a courtyard where the famous balcony is. Entering the courtyard is free, but it's packed with tourists. To enter the house and stand on the balcony, the ticket costs €6. An important tip that will save you time and money is to buy tickets for attractions and tours in advance. Buying on the spot is always more expensive, and the most famous tourist spots like the Last Supper in Milan, the Doge's Palace in Venice, and the Duomo rooftop in Milan often sell out days before. We'll leave the link on the QR code on the screen and in the description to the site where we always buy tickets and tours for the best price. It's the largest tour site in the world and has practically everything there. Skip the line tickets for the Milan Duomo, the nearly impossible ticket for the Last Supper, tickets for the Doge's Palace, gondola rides, and boat tours on Lake Como, all at the best price, and you can buy in any currency, saving on fees. And they have free tours that are great, like walking tours of Milan. And remember that in the link below, we always organize everything you need to plan your entire trip for the best price. The sites we use to plan our trips and that have everything much cheaper. International travel eSIM, travel insurance at half price, tickets for all the attractions we mentioned, the good and cheap hotels we've stayed at, the car rental comparator, which is great for Lake Como, and the global account, to carry euros paying much lower fees. And the links already contain automatic discounts, as we are always updating them. So save this page to your favorites and use it when planning. It will make your trip much easier and save you a lot of money. When is the best time to visit northern Italy? The best times are spring, from May to June, and fall, in September and October. The weather is perfect. It's not too hot in Milan, Venice doesn't have the canal smell, and Lake Como is marvelous and in bloom. We recommend avoiding July and August. It's very hot, muggy, and the cities are unbearably crowded. Winter, from November to March, is interesting. Milan is busy during fashion weeks, and Venice can suffer from acqua alta, the floods. Lake Como becomes very quiet, and many hotels and ferries stop operating. If you go in winter, go in December to see the Christmas markets, especially if you extend your trip to the Dolomites region. And how many days to stay in northern Italy? For this itinerary, the bare minimum we recommend is 7 days. But to do it calmly, the ideal is 10 days. Divide it like this: 3 days in Milan to see the city and do a day trip to Lake Como, 2 days in Verona, and 4 days in Venice to include a trip to the Murano and Birano Islands. If you want to explore Lake Como more, sleep 2 nights there. Staying in a good area will make your trip much easier. The strategy on this itinerary is to have base cities. In Milan, lodging is expensive. The best area for tourists is near the Duomo. You'll do everything on foot. The second best option for train logistics is to stay near Stazione Centrale, the central station. The area has been revitalized and has great hotels, and from there, you can easily take the metro to the Duomo. In Venice, the most important tip is stay on the island. Do not stay in Mestre, the mainland city, just to save money. Staying in Mestre breaks all the magic of Venice at night. On the island, the San Marco neighborhood is the most central and most expensive. To save money and stay in a more authentic area, look for the Cannaregio or Dorsoduro neighborhoods. For Lake Como, you can do a day trip from Milan, but if you want to sleep there, you have 2 options. Stay in the town of Como, which is larger, has more infrastructure, and cheaper hotels. Or stay in the villages of Bellagio or Verona, which is the more romantic and charming option, but be prepared to pay much more. We created this custom map, which explains exactly which is the best region in each of these cities. If you stay in this marked area, you can't go wrong. We'll leave the link to this map here on the QR code on the screen and in the video description. We created it on the hotel site we always use, as it always has the best prices. There, you can put in your travel dates and see all the hotel options within that location at the lowest prices. We'll also leave links to the hotels where we've stayed. In every destination, we always recommend one that is very cheap and super well located, and another that's a bit nicer, in the same location, but a little more expensive. They are great options. An important tip to save on lodging is the advanced booking strategy. The earlier you book your hotel, the less you will pay. This is why we love using this website. Besides having the lowest prices, it has free cancellation for almost all hotels. You can book as early as possible to guarantee a much lower price, and if you need to cancel later, it's super easy and costs nothing. Now let's talk about transportation. How to get around northern Italy. For this itinerary, the high-speed train is your best friend. The rail network in northern Italy is perfect. The best way to arrive is to fly into Milan Malpensa Airport. From Milan to Venice, take the Frecciarossa high-speed train. The journey takes 2.5 hours. It costs from €30 if you buy in advance. From Milan to Verona, the train takes 1 hour and 15 minutes. From Verona to Venice, another 1 hour and 15 minutes. From Milan to Lake Como, take the regional train from Cadorna or Central Station. The trip to Como Lago Station takes about 40 minutes to an hour and costs only €5. And a car? We do not recommend renting a car to stay in Milan and Venice. It's impossible. The city centers are closed to cars, the ZTLs, and parking is a fortune, costing over €40 per day. A car is only worth it if you want to explore the countryside of Lake Como with more freedom, or if you're going to the Dolomite Mountains. The tip is, take the train from Milan to Como and rent the car there for 1 or 2 days. For those renting, the most important tip is to book in advance online using a price comparator. It's always much cheaper. We'll leave the link to the comparator we use in the description. Mandatory documentation for travelers. To enter Italy, which is part of the European Schengen area, you need 2 things. First, your valid passport, and second, travel insurance. Unlike the United States, travel insurance in Europe is mandatory under the Schengen Treaty, with a minimum coverage of €30,000. They can ask for proof of your insurance at immigration. We never travel without it. And in the link in the description, there's the comparator we use that always finds the insurance at half the price. And be aware, soon, an electronic travel authorization called ETIAS will also be mandatory, so check on that before you travel. Let's talk shopping. Milan is the capital of fashion. The Quadrilatero d'Oro is the area with the most expensive designer stores in the world. The Galleria Vittorio Emanuele also has luxury shops. For more accessible shopping, walk down Corso Buenos Aires. For outlets, the most famous is Serravalle Designer Outlet. It's an hour from Milan, and there are tourist buses that leave from the city center. The bus ticket costs about 25 euros round trip. In Venice, the shopping is for crafts. Buy carnival masks and famous Murano glass. But be careful. Buy from official shops in Murano to avoid fakes. And the tax-free tip applies to the whole country. Ask for the tax-free form on purchases over 70 euros in the same store. Validate it at the kiosks at your last airport before leaving Europe. And for those who are new here to the channel, welcome. Our mission is to help you travel more and better around the world. If you're enjoying it, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It helps us a lot. Speaking of gastronomy, the food in northern Italy is very different from the south. In Milan, the classic dishes are risotto alla Milanese, a yellow risotto made with saffron and bone marrow, and the cotoletta alla Milanese, which is a breaded veal cutlet, but served thick and on the bone. The great tradition in Milan is the aperitivo. It's the Italian happy hour. In the late afternoon, you pay for one drink, which costs about 15 euros, and get access to a free buffet of snacks. In Venice, the food is focused on fish and seafood. The classic dish is sardi and sour, sweet and sour sardines, and fegato alla veneziana, which is liver and onions. But the best thing about Venice is the cicchetti. These are the local tapas. For restaurant suggestions, in Milan, for a classic aperitivo with a view of the Duomo, go to Terrazza Aperol. You'll pay about 20 euros for the drink, but the view is worth it. For a cheap and famous panzerotti, go to Luini, near the Duomo. In Venice, for cheap and authentic cicchetti, look for All'Arco or Cantina do Mori, near the Rialto market. And how much does it cost to eat in northern Italy? Milan and Venice are the most expensive cities in Italy. A full Big Mac combo costs about 11 euros. A bottle of water in a restaurant can cost 5 euros. The golden tip in Venice is to ask for an ombra, which is a very small glass of house wine that costs 1 euro. A budget meal, like a panzerotti or cicchetti, costs less than 15 euros. A full dinner at a mid-range restaurant will be around 50 to 70 euros per person. And the tip? Service is usually included. And the coperto, the table charge of 2 or 3 euros, will already be on your bill. The tip is not mandatory, but it's kind to leave a few euros. What about nightlife? In Milan, the night is super lively. The Navigli district, with its canals, is the best place for aperitivo. The bars put their buffets out on the sidewalk. The Brera district is chicer, with sophisticated wine bars. In Venice, the night is much quieter. The plan is to do a Baccaro hop, bar hopping in Cannaregio or Dorsoduro, or have a very expensive spritz while listening to music in St. Mark's Square. Traveling with kids? Northern Italy is great for kids. In Milan, they'll love the Leonardo da Vinci Museum of Science and Technology. It has a real submarine and many interactive inventions. In Venice, they'll feel like they're in an amusement park. The gondola ride and the Vaporetto ride are an adventure. And at Lake Como, the boat trips and the Brunate funicular are guaranteed fun for the family. Combining your trip, Northern Italy is the perfect base to explore Europe. From Milan, you are 1 hour by train from Turin. From Venice, you can take a train and be in Austria or Slovenia in a few hours. And from Como, you are literally on the border with Switzerland. You can take a train or boat and be in Lugano, Switzerland in an hour. If you liked the video, like and subscribe to our channel to always travel more and better around the world. Thank you very much and have a great trip.